Okay, so there's just something hilarious to me about the fucking FBI being outside someone's house and just shooting squirrels. Could you imagine someone like calling the police and just being like, the FBI are outside my yard shooting squirrels, and then the fucking psychiatric ward shows up and it's just like, yeah, man, we gotta deal with this. So the bees are still here. There's apparently anacondas in this area. But where? What? And missing the squirrel hitting the guy's car. Yeah. Also, look at this. The world is broken. We found the cracks in the simulation. Is there something special I gotta do to get the anacondas to show up? Do they only show up at night? Oh, hang on, what's this? Oh, I got an anaconda skin. Alright. You're surprised there's no Z-axis fighting? Yeah. You unintentionally opened a big can at work? Is it something new, or...? Or just more of the same?
Hey, Zach. Remember this movie? 1997, directed by Luis Loza. Anaconda.
I do remember
the
that
movie where the famous John Voight goes crazy with a rifle. Jennifer Lopez, Eric Stoltz, even Owen Wilson and Ice Cube were in it. Is that an all-star cast or what? The scene in the beginning where Danny Trejo climbs up a ladder with a pistol in one hand is a must-see. It stole my heart within the first 5 minutes. Okay, back to the real world. We're on an important mission right now, aren't we?
Alright guys, we gotta go through every mention of a scene in this game and a movie in this game, and then we gotta have a movie night for every single movie he mentions. Okay? My anaconda don't. My anaconda don't want none, because that song is terrible, son.
About 3 years ago, I met a man who had a pair of anaconda skin shoes.
Apparently we've been messing up this process that is impacting cost of goods and as such margins. So apparently the margins we've been stating on this project have been wrong for who knows how long. Now, is that your fault or just something that has been figured out because of what you called up?
He said they were a trophy from a snake he hunted and skinned all by himself. Could you kill something and then wear its skin? I couldn't. No thanks. I fail to see any difference between that and a crazed murderer who carries pieces of his victims home with him.
Okay. Alright, we got the skin. Okay. He hasn't mentioned anything about... What the fuck was that? Not your fault, just trying to figure out what was Oh, I didn't get enough squirrel tails. I thought I did. Hang on. Alright, so yeah, we gotta have a movie night for every single movie that he mentioned. This is a big mistake with million. No, I get it. Like, Trust me, I work at a financial company, and you'd be, well, I guess you wouldn't be surprised, but there are so many things that, like, if it's just one decimal place or even just one number off, it can cost, like, an excessively huge amount of money, which is why it's very important that I make sure all the checks and stuff are done before I do my job, because if I let them go through, the company can lose a lot of money. Alright, how many tails do I have? So I get it. Like, that's ridiculous. Alright, we need one more tail. Kyle, can you bring me a squirrel tail in real life? Fucking fire. Need to find one more squirrel. I need to shoot it in the ass with my gun and not with cum. That would be bestiality. Is that a red squirrel? One looks like
Ripping a squirrel's tail off its corpse is an eye-opening experience, Zach. I don't care if God commanded us to do this, it's pure butchery. But we'll just have to live with it. After all, humans are wild at heart.
Yeah, let's go in guns blazing. Oh, okay, they despawned. Ugh, sorry.
Zach, I never knew that following oracles was such back-breaking work. I really needed this cigarette. I think I'm on the verge of losing my mind.
Well, Swery, you correctly predicted how I feel about this current part. Thanks, Jeremy.
Now we just need to find one pressed white Gora. He was very clear that it had to be pressed. Do they sell pressed flowers in stores here? I think I'm stumped, Zach. Perhaps we better go ask our well-informed concierge for help.
Why not Patty? Patty might know. Probably not, but okay, it's still there. Hi-oh! They died standing. Oh, you stole my lollipop. What? Why is it running like that? They died on their feet. Yeah, Patty. Where are you?
By the way, Patty, what do you usually do when you're at home?
Is this an interrogation?
Oh, no. I just figured that since we're working together now, it'd be a good idea to learn a little more about you.
Should an adult male like you...
Okay, we already had that conversation.
So, what do you think of him? Yes, I'm talking about him. Ungan.
Fuck, the concierge might not actually be there yet. God damn it.
Hey, want to talk about bridges? Why? I've become obsessed with bridges, Zach, and there's no turning back now. Remember what we saw on our way here? Back when we were driving that hybrid car before we switched over to the skateboard. We passed over the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway, the longest bridge over water in the entire world. Remember the sudden down...
Oops. Well, that's the end of that conversation. I broke all the squirrels. If he doesn't mention Jeff Bridges, you'll be disappointed.
Okay, Zach. Let's go talk to our concierge. It'd be impossible for us to find a white Gora all on our own in such a vast area.
Oh, there he is. Why does he have the Kingdom
back,
Hearts
Mr.
symbol on him, by the way?
Morgan, sir.
Hello there, concierge. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
How may I help you, Mr. Morgan?
I'm in need of a pressed white Gora. Do you know of a store where I could find one?
The Lord hungers?
Correct.
Jolly good, sir. In that case, please ask our bellboy. His hobby is pressing flowers, so I'm sure he'll be able to assist you.
Yay, I gotta stay another night. 'Cause sure enough, the bellboy isn't out. What a fucking surprise. Would I like to fly on Dragon Airlines? Is that like an airline? Or is it like a line that Dragonairs create? Guys, I'm hungry. Both in real life and in game. What do I do? Okay, it's not there yet, so... Concierge is still here, apparently. Yes. Engage, would you date Jeff Bridges?
And that's what you can't so make.
God, I've wasted so much money this stream on just nothing.
Thanks, mister. Next time.
It's kind of making me jealous, though. I wish I could just waste money on nothing in real life and be okay with it. You know? We did have the Big Lebowski on a movie night before. What if you're both not single, but your significant others are all in on it? Because they both think it'd be funny to see you and Jeff Bridges get together. What the actual fuck? Where is he? I slept for 20 fucking hours, game. What do you want from me? Mrs. Tam was okay with it? Then yes? Alright. Apparently time doesn't pass when you're in the hotel, which is interesting.
Were you thinking about Galena too? And all the other women we've seen so far on our trip?
Engage, were you thinking about Galena too? Hey, buddy. Boom, 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 boom. The concierge is still there. If you're in a jiffy, I'll be back in a jiffy. If you're in a hurry, head over to the shaft. What? How did he get up here?
Got a minute, Chef?
What is it, mister? I got my hands full here.
Do you know where I might find a pressed white Gora?
Now, what did I tell you? I'm a professional chef. I don't flap my gums about any old thing. If you want to know about the town, you best ask our concierge.
Okay. Back to the concierge. I hate this game so much. Oh my fucking god, this chapter sucks. I'm presently engaged in other business right now. Please speak to the bellboy if you happen to be in a hurry. Oh my god.
May I ask you a question?
Sure, boss. What's cracking?
I need to find a pressed white Gora.
You like flowers, boss?
Well, not exactly, but it's the will of God.
The Lord hungers hat.
Excellent, David. Way to cut right to the chase. Do you know where I might find one?
Sorry, boss. We only have one white Gora bush in our garden. Yep.
What's the problem?
Well, yesterday I picked them all and pressed them, see?
That's perfect. Would you mind giving one to me?
Sorry, boss. No can do.
What do you mean?
I used all the pressed flowers I made to decorate a very special spot, see?
What spot?
The bedroom on the first floor.
The bathroom.
Yes, sir. So I don't have a single pressed flower left now.
Well then, I'll just go and grab one from the bathroom.
I wouldn't do that if I were you, boss. Taking a pressed flower from a bathroom into church? Jesus ain't gonna like that. Sorry, but it looks like you're all out of luck, boss.
Fuck you, I'm gonna take one anyway. I don't give a shit. Why is this in the bathroom?
Zach. Deep South.
What the fuck? Why is there only one toilet in this massive bathroom, by the way?
The white Gora, also known as the whirling butterfly. They certainly look just as beautiful as one. Never thought I'd ever have to pick a flower from a bathroom and deliver it to a church. But he left us no choice. Did he, Zach? God himself commanded us to carry out this very act. Therefore, I'm simply doing as I'm told. My own will has nothing to do with it. We never get to engage in adventures like these while living in the city, do we, Zach? No, the cases of the city are honestly quite boring. Who wants to fish through the garbage for a missing corpse's genitals? Or chase a stray bullet that got lodged into a moving taxi? Talk about stupid. And usually, it's all just a formality so that we can accuse a criminal who's been obviously guilty since day one. If I have to search for something, I'd much rather search for something out here. It's just so much more dramatic. This is the countryside, and it's sensational. You know what I mean, don't you, Zach?
Yeah, sorry, York, I don't agree. Going around and delivering this shit to the pastor is fucking stupid. Also, Jeremy beat me to it apparently. He said in chat, no, I'm pretty sure this whole nonsense with the pastor is stupid. You don't want to go through the trash looking for testicles either? I mean, oh, there could be some excitement there. You could be like, man, I'm looking for testicles in the trash. And somebody be like, you're looking for testicles. I got a pair right here. Want to see these nuts? They're like, no, I want these nuts. And you pull them out. Like, it can set you up for some good one-liners. Do you want to see dudes nuts? I feel like that quote's a bit disingenuous. It's missing much of what was said. But I guess that part of it did exist. Hi, Patty. So the thing I'm most interested in is Patty's connection to this case. Or at least her connection to the Clarksons right now. But the game is wasting so much of my time today.
Heavenly. Truly heavenly.
He threw away all the Spam, the red beans, and the spinach. I don't believe this. All this time he was only after the cans?
Shh, be quiet, Agent York. He's doing holy work. Just be quiet and watch.
Not doing holy work.
What a fragrant pressed flower. Thank you for this blessing, O Lord.
Yes, Zach. As fragrant as a urinal cake.
Shh! Behold! It is finished! Our Lord is enraptured. Take this, my lambs, and let it serve you.
Okay. I'm gonna go save my game and try to punch the crap out of him again. He's too enraptured to care. Oh, I'm so mad. Congrats, you wasted it to waste getting fucking bongos.
Just take it, Agent York. Folks say Pastor Sanders' instruments have special powers.
Special powers?
Yes, it is the truth, my lost lambs. Have faith. The Lord guides me to create the perfect instrument for each citizen of our town.
Each instrument's effects differ by person, too.
In your case, you were blessed with 3 drums and a special flower. This is the will of the Lord. You must accept it and have faith.
I'm happy the game let me punch the crap out of him.
If you ever find yourself lost again, return to me at any time.
Patty, I'm curious. Do you have an instrument too?
Huh? Me? Of course not. Why would I ever want one of those stupid things? I'm fine just watching you adults play your silly little games.
Zach, the pressed flower we took from the bathroom ended up coming straight back to us.
Alright. Finally. We got an eerie drum, a special sacred instrument crafted by Pastor Sanders. Each person's instrument is unique. Okay. Well, that was irritating. mass bankrupting himself, beating the shit out of the pastor. I think it was a worthy use of our time. So much so that... It was worth it to punch him in the face again. Watch, these drums are the only way to damage the final boss. Fucking probably.
Hey, Agent York, what's next?
Fear not, Patty. Our next stop is that stylish woman's house. Her name is Helena Doman, and apparently she lives in this town.
What? You want to go meet her?
You know her?
Yeah. Everyone calls her Lena. Hey, how'd you figure out her name anyway? No one told you, right?
That's true. No one told me. Verbally. By pure chance, Zach and I happened to acquire this. We picked it up from the ground while the pastor was busy crying. Patty, this is a prescription for a female hormone medication.
While the pastor was busy crying.
Which means this person is undergoing hormone treatment. Understand? It's the Oracle. This is the ticket to the goddess that we were meant to find at the White Hall. I just remembered something that Melvin said to me in the holding cell. Professor R isn't exactly a normal woman, according to him. Now it all makes sense, Patty. Lena Doman is the stylish woman we've been searching for. Professor R, in the flesh.
You know, Agent York, you might actually have some talent after all.
Yes, I'll be honest with you, Patty. Both Zach and I are extremely talented. So I hope you can trust us and continue working as our assistant.
Isn't that illegal for him to use that as evidence? Technically, he did just steal it, so yes. Even if it was on the floor, or wherever he found it, he's not supposed to have that. Where's her house? Helena's. Abandoned factory, Raven's house, discovery site. Okay. It's up here. This house right here. Alright, we're gonna go see Helena Doman before we're done for today. Yeah. Well, the pastor was busy crying. Has a new meaning after watching Sass beat the fuck out of him. Look, he deserved it after all that. You're telling me if you were trying to do something important and someone wasted your time like that, and all you got was bongos out of it, you would not try to punch the crap out of him afterwards? At the very least, they'd be getting a punch in the mouth.
Hey, Zach, it looks like we were right on the money. Tracing the Sang Rouge distribution route led us right to Louisiana.
We've seen that car before. It was parked by the bridge in one of the previous streams. And she also has a red tree out behind her house. So.
The address on the prescription led us to this house.
Seems like she ain't home. No lights on either.
Those shitty ones, I'd for sure punch Sass in the face. What if I licked your hand as it was coming close? Like you went to punch me and I
Professor
just
R's never home, you
quickly
know.
moved to the side and just licked your fist as it went by?
Patty, why do you know so much about Professor R?
I don't know that much.
But you're the first person in town who mentioned her name to me. You also knew about Sang Rouge, didn't you? And when I tried to ask you more about it back then, you gave me an evasive answer. You're my assistant, aren't you? If you are, then you need to tell me everything you know about this case.
Daddy don't like Lena. He said it's stupid for a man to want to turn into a woman.
What?
And he told me I ain't supposed to talk about her. He said that if you knew someone like her was living here, Agent York, you'd start to hate this town.
That's
Why?
ridiculous. Why would I ever hate this town? Because one of its inhabitants is transgender? Why in the world would that make a difference to me?
The other folks in town said the same thing as Daddy. They all know about Saint Rouge and Professor R, and about how she's waging war against the Clarksons. But they all say we ain't supposed to talk about it. So
And here I'd assumed that ignorant way of thinking died out with the 20th century.
Sorry, York, you're a bit naive to think that that way of thinking died out.
I guess I really am an outsider after all. I thought that everyone was cooperating with my investigation. But it turns out they were all hiding key information from me. Damn it, Zach. This just made me hate the countryside for the first time in my entire life. Oh, I'm sorry for being so loud, Patricia.
This game
But just
is
remember
woke.
this. Person's birthplace, nature, race, and physical features have no bearing on their value as a human being. We're always free, and we should respect each other just the way we are. So you shouldn't feel a need to hate Lena for no reason. No matter what the people around you say, you can't let them control you. Sometimes things like common sense and decency can end up deeply hurting other people. I sincerely hope you don't forget that.
okay, I won't.
But if Lena's committed a crime, that's a different story altogether. She may be a social minority, but she's still free and capable of knowing the difference between right and wrong. Professor R.
Exactly, York, exactly.
I sincerely hope she's smart enough to understand that.
It was more subtle in the original and for good reason. Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Fuck you, Hunden.
Listen to the two ends and drink dry the firewater. Do this and you will see the other world.
Zach, did you hear that? It's another oracle. I assume this means we're getting closer to the truth. Well, this is good. We don't have any other big clues at the moment. What do you say we continue the skeletal gentleman's game?
The fuck? Alright.
After I spent the 90s listening to nothing but punk rock, I fell out of touch with music. But the digital audio player I received last Christmas changed everything. Nowadays, people can walk around with thousands of songs in their pockets. You following me here, Zach? That's right. This oracle is connected to music.
Just because someone is different doesn't make them bad. Assholes come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. Exactly, 10 gauge.
The two ends refer to neither periods nor a movie's credits.
Hear that factor? It doesn't refer to periods. Regardless of whether red is your favorite period.
They refer to the last letter of the alphabet, Z. And what's a word that has two Z's in it? Jazz, of course. Remember, we're in Louisiana here. The firewater is even easier. It's alcohol. Let's go to that jazz bar and have a drink while we consider our next plan of action. Don't worry, this is all part of our job. Isn't it, Zach?
Oh, that was a difficult oracle description. The game just gave me the answer.
Lucari Tiger to DC Eagle. Lucari Tiger to DC Eagle. Come in.
Oh, Daddy.
DC Eagle here. Got any news for me?
Well, Mr. York, we got ourselves a bit of a problem here.
I gotta say, I really like that he just took on the moniker DC Eagle and didn't even just went with it.
What sort of problem?
Looks like Daniel's gathered up a group of people to help him find Galena's killer on his own. If the Clarksons get serious, they'll probably put an end to this case before we even know what hit us. And it sure won't be wrapped up the way you want it to, Mr. York.
Yes, that certainly is a problem. Judging from Daniel's temperament, things are bound to get out of control. Melvin, I need to find Professor R as soon as possible.
Professor R?
That's right.
That ain't such a good idea.
I didn't ask for your personal opinion, Melvin, especially if it comes from an antiquated, xenophobic way of thinking that's characteristic of rural towns.
Whoa now, Mr. York. What's going on here? I didn't...
This conversation is over, Melvin. You need to figure out what the Clarksons are planning. Call me again as soon as you know.
Fine. Whatever you say.
Also, sorry, but would you mind coming to pick up Patricia? I would never think to take an innocent girl like her into an adult watering hole.
Yeah, you're right. CLG's still too young for that.
Wait, Daddy! Agent York! I'm going too. Don't leave me out of this.
No, Patricia. You signed a contract with me, remember? I promised to protect you from all the evil in our world.
That's not what it means.
Patty, you're smart. Shockingly so, but you're still a child. And there are certain things a child like you doesn't need to learn about yet. Just
like
go
piano.
home for today. Zach and I are both in agreement on this one. I'm so glad you understand, Patty.
I like how they didn't bother changing the mouth movements, so she was clearly saying something in the Japanese version, whereas in this version they just have her go.
Okay, Melvin, that's that. I'm leaving her here. The rest is in your hands.
Roger that. I'll take care of her, Mr. York.
Drink firewater at the Owl's Nest. Nah, take her with you. She's infinitely more capable than anyone else in this town. It does seem that way. Alright, let's get to a save point, and that's where we gotta be done for today, I'm afraid.
Hey, Zach. No, nothing. Just felt like saying that. Zach, you're a coffee person, right? No sugar, only milk. Yes, I'm completely with you on that one.
Jeremy, is York actually working? Next time you take dudes out on Thursday, can you stop for coffee and be like, dudes, you're a coffee person, right? No coffee, only cum. I know. Why is he walking like that? It's insane. The draw distance in this game is like massive. Like I can see those trees way down the end of the street. But people, they just fucking appear in T-pose and then disappear. Like at such a small distance. I'm not even supposed to be here today. Man, I love Clerks. It's such a good movie. Uses 9 stamina every time. York's humming that song from the first game. I guess that means whenever it played in the first game, it was York's perception of the situation. Probably. Just like the music playing now. Wait, you don't have a soundtrack playing in your head, everything you do? Alright guys, that's gotta be it. I hope you guys enjoyed, despite the game's massive amount of fuckery with my time today. I guess subsequently your time.